Liza Lawa. Now, let's talk about instructional material selection, design, and development. At the end of the lesson, the student should able to select and design instructional material that align with specific learning objectives and outcomes, ensuring that they effectively support diverse learning styles and promote engagement, retention, and application of knowledge. To develop instructional material that are accessible to all learners, including those with disabilities, by incorporating universal design principles and ensuring compatibility with various assistive technologies, thereby creating an inclusive learning environment. To leverage current technological tools and platforms in the design and development of instructional materials, ensuring that they enhance the learning experience through in the interactive multimedia-rich content that encourage collaboration and critical thinking among learners. Instructional materials is anything which is used by teachers and learners to facilitate and increase the learner. So instructional materials provide the basis for what learners with experience and learn. They hold the power to either engage or demotivate learners. Therefore, instructional materials must be carefully selected, organized, refined, and used the examples of instructional materials includes textbooks, references books, lesson plans, works books, flashcards, charts, and supplemental reading materials. Physical objectives, photographs, illustrations, charts, graphs, maps, multimedias, movie, and games. Now, we will going to our main topic about principles and selecting instructional materials. Principles selecting instructional materials. We will talking about principle includes 5 basic principle, but basically principles and selecting instructional materials includes a lot and various types of principles, and these are 5 principles that we will talking about are the most necessary or the most common principle that should be considered when selecting instructional materials or IMs. So first, principle of appropriateness. It sees here that IMs or instructional materials must be either basic or supplementary the curriculum, so some very word principle of appropriateness it can tells us that the instructional materials must promote the general and specific goals. In the class, it must be appropriate. When we say appropriate, it must be aligned into the intended level, such as the vocabulary, capacity of the students, or the degree of the difficulty of the concepts. Therefore, it is very important to consider the limits and boundaries of your IMs or instructional materials. Do not try to do much in a single course or in a single line process. Again, instructional materials must be consistent, must with a student's capabilities and a learner styles. In a simpler way or simpler manner, when we say principle or appropriateness, make instructional materials or select instructional materials that will be consistent, that will hit the learning objectives or of your class or your learning process. Do not cover too much or do not cover less, but just exact of your within learning objectives. We have the principle of the authenticity. Also present accurate, up-to-date, and dependable information. It has been stated that the information we provide must be accurate. For example, If we show a picture of a mouse and a lion, the principle of the authenticity state that they must be realistic, which means the mouse cannot be larger than a lion because it would be unrealistic. Another thing that we should consider as a future educator in preparing materials is the color. We must provide right specific color of our items. For example, we are going to show a picture of a horse. It is necessary that the color of the horse is correct, because maybe if the child see a horse in person, they might ask themselves, is that a horse? The color of the horse is not like that, because our teacher showed us the color of a horse is green. So it shows that example we provide, the instructional materials should be authentic. Yung paniniwalaan nila, particularly the elementary level. Kaya we must provide authentic or realistic instructional materials. Next principle, we have principle of cause. So the principle of cause says that substitute must be considered first. So from its very word again, principle of cause, the goal of using instructional materials is to have a substitute, or is to provide official tools. For students, you must find other alternative materials. Is the materials that you will be using are quite expensive, since I know we are all aware that there are still schools are placed in our country na hindi gaano ka civilized. Therefore, we take that into the considerations, as well as because the cost of prices is the one most significant variables in limiting schools to access education. Then we will not be use too much expensive things and items, because we can provide, or we can just use other things or materials are available in community to use in our learning process, in our teaching process. And the question to be considered here is the material worth, is the cost, or can achiever material will be used instead, both in terms of the 10 in preparing in cash value. We must choose to the material with lower cost must not putting a stake its quality and effectiveness. Kung expensive ang gamit natin, dapat sulit, dapat worth it. Remember, we are always after what best for our learners. Principle of interest must stimulate curiosity, satisfy the learner's need to know. It must have the power to motivate, encourage creativity, imaginative response among users. So when we present instructional materials na bago pa lang sa paningin ni student, there are a lot of question on how it works. It's make their mind active instead of passive. As we know that the curious people always ask questions and search for answers, that why the students tempted focus on that discussion. As a future educators, knowing, understanding the our students' interest will help us to provide them inequality opportunities. Siyempre, kung gagawa tayo ng instructional materials, ang mga makakatch ng atensyon ng mga kids. If the students can be able to motivate and encourage but participate and the content na nakapaloob sa instructional materials should connected the topic, so therefore they can truly learn in effective way with help of presenting instructional materials and can get their interest for exam. We as a future elementary educators, mostly ang pwede namin gawin is instructional material colorful when presenting a lesson to catch their interest, to make them focus, and to the discussions which can encourage to participate and their mind get critical thinking. Also must provide students with the opportunities to explore areas and interested ways. Principle of organization and balance must be well organized and well balanced in content. Sabi nga nila, ang sobra ay nakakasama at ang kulang is nakakabitin. So therefore, I believe that in presenting instructional material should always organize and balance for student to understand the topic. It is important to know that if we are going to use that multimedia, we need to make sure they are used in strategically and not whimsically. That is, any image used in over instruction should have specific purpose, because including multimedia that isn't is isn't instructive in nature, such as PowerPoints, as decorative image in PowerPoints, and Word documents can actually hinder the student's ability to retain the information. PPT should be clear, catchy to the eyes, as some as content na ilalagay natin. The words must be limited but should understandable, and ikaw na teacher ang bahala magpaliwanag upang mas maintindihan ni student. The font style should be able. Readable instructional materials should be aligned with learning objectives and assessment. Overall, having a clear system of organization helps clarify reading and assignment expectations, allows students to keep track of general coursework, and provide individuals with a more effective and efficient experience. Instructional material design refers to the process used to create instructional material. It's used to identify gaps in knowledge, skills, and attitudes of students or employees, analyzing learning needs and developing learning materials to close them. So our next topic is about instructional material. Are the content or information convey within the course. This includes the lectures, readings, textbooks, multimedia components, and other resources in a course. These materials can be used in both face-to-face and online classroom. However, some must be modified or redesigned to be effective for the only environment. The best structuring materials are aligned with all elements in the whole, including the learnings, objectives, assigned, assessment, and activities. So, what does it mean? Instructional materials are the tools used in educational lessons, which include active learning and assessment. So basically in your source or a teacher use to help him or teach. There are many types of central instructional materials, but let's look of some the most common ones. So there are three types of instructional design: traditional resources, gra- graphic organization, teacher made resources.